Hello, Trini Bob here. What I'm going to do for you today is do some mussels, and I'm going to do a very spicy Indian, West Indian, Caribbean type of mussels. Here we have a beautiful bowl of mussels which I have taken all the bits off, the beards, etc. and I'm going to cook these. Well, let me show you what goes into it. Here we have some bay, some chili powder, about a teaspoon, some coriander, a tablespoon, and we have some turmeric, ginger and garlic. And I'm going to literally light my duchy up in a minute. We've also got, which goes into this dish, some onions. Beautiful onions go into this dish as well. And now we've got here finally some fresh coriander. Turn the plate around and we've got some red bird's eye pepper, seeded or deseeded. It's a preference to the person who likes heat or the person who doesn't like too much heat. Then you take the seeds off. But if you like heat, keep the seeds in. And we're going to start this now, and you will see what a beautiful dish. And what I usually serve this up with, not rice, but I have some nice roti that's been cooked before in the freezer. I'm going to use that on my tower, and I'm going to do some roti for you to go with this dish, and it's one of my personal favorites. Right, now we're going to get on with a task at hand by putting the Dutch pot on. So I'll just get my igniter. Now my duchy is heated up quite sufficiently now. What I'm going to do is literally add some ghee into my Dutch pot. And basically I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of ghee, which is a clarified Indian butter. So into my duchy goes 2 to 3 tablespoons of this lovely buttery mixture. There we are, 2 to 3 tablespoons. And what I'm going to do next is literally introduce my onions into this mixture. So first goes in the onions. Give that a good old stir. And do this for about, you want the onions to cook down for about 5 minutes. Just literally let it cook down for about 5 minutes on a medium heat. So just turn the top down so it's on a medium heat, and after 5 minutes we'll come back and add the other ingredients. Now you can see my onions here, beautifully softened. Now what I'm going to do to this is add next my ginger. So get my ginger, put that in, there goes the ginger, and the garlic, followed by the bay. Garlic, ginger and bay. into the pan. Now I'm going to give that a stir and leave that for a further 3 to 4 minutes, and then we come back and add the spices. So stir that round for about 3 to 4 minutes, keep stirring it, and then we'll get back and add the spices. Now our onions, garlic, ginger and bay is in the dachi. There we are. Beautiful, beautiful. Now what we're going to do now is add the spices and cook them off for about 4 to 5 minutes. So here we go with our chili, coriander and turmeric. And we cook this off for about 4 to 5 minutes. So the spices are coated and cooked in all of this lovely stuff. Just give that a stir around, and we shall come back in about 4 to 5 minutes and add the next ingredients, which is just water really. Right, now all my spices in my onion and ginger mixture is cooked off. It's really nice. Now it smells good. What we're going to do next is to just add about a pint of water to this mixture here and leave that to cook down for about 10 minutes. And when we come back after 10 minutes, we're going to introduce our mussel into this dish. So let's give that a stir. Like so. And leave that on a moderate heat to just actually burn some of the water off, and we then add the mussels to this mixture. And this is really, really delicious. So we'll come back after about 10 minutes, sorry, not 5, 10. We'll come back and we'll check this out. Now we're back. We've had 10 minutes of this cooking down. You can see the liquid is reduced by more or less half. There we go, more or less half. Now what we're going to do now is let's literally get some tongs and take out the bay. Take the bay out, put that to one side. We don't want those in there. Give that a little stir. And now we are going to add our beautiful mussels to this beautiful liquid. So here are the mussels. So there goes the mussels. In with the mussels. Give that a stir. Next, we add our chili peppers. And like I've said to you, if you like hot, leave the seeds in. If you don't like it too hot, take the seeds out. I've done a 50-50 here, whereas I have left some seeds in and some seeds out. So just give that a good old stir. There we go. Beautiful. I'll give that about 8 minutes or so, 7 to 8 minutes. Put the lid on, put it on a moderate heat, and just leave it till the mussels are all open. When you buy mussels and you're de-roping them, whatever, you literally look for the mussels that are open or broken and discard them, because that means you don't want those. They're no good anymore and give you a terrible tummy ache if you eat them. So literally just get rid of them. Anything that's open, get rid of. But sometimes the mussel will open, but what you need to do is to run under a cold tap and close the shells together very closely, and then if they close up, that means they're all right to go. So we'll come back in about 8 to 10 minutes time and add our last ingredients to this dish, which is the coriander and a bit of lemon juice. So we'll leave this for 8 to 10 minutes till all the mussels are open, and then we'll come back, put this to one side, and then we shall cook some paratha roti to go with it. Mussels, as you can see, all lovely done after about 7 to 8 minutes in a dachi. Here we are. We're now going to add salt and black pepper to taste. Here we go with a pepper. Give that a good stir. And next, give a good stir. What we're going to do next is add our coriander. If you're in the West Indies or you're in Jamaica or Trinidad or wherever you are, if you can get shadow benny, much better flavor. But coriander will go in England because we don't grow shadow benny in this country. So here we are. Give that a stir around. And that, most of my mussels, all of my mussels are now open, so they're ready to go. Give it a good old stir. And now, there we are. A lovely, lovely spice mussel dish, which we're going to do with some roti. What we'll do is just pop the lid back on there, and we shall move this to the back of the hob and then introduce the tower with some ghee. But before we do that, I forgot to add a squeeze, tiny squeeze of lemon. Just gonna chop this lemon, and I'm gonna squeeze a tiny bit in here, but I'm going to use my fingers to get the lemon juice through so I don't get the seeds in there. Tiny bit of lemon juice. And now I'm going to give that another little stir around and put it to the back of the hob while I get the tower out and do the roti. So give that a stir. Beautiful, beautiful. Flavors are wonderful in this dish. It's almost like a soup with mussels, spiced mussels in a soup mixture. No French thing, no white wine or no any of that. It's just basically cooked in water reduced with the spices. So I'm going to get a spoon now and I'm going to taste this and tell you what it tastes like. Oh, that is really, really, really good. So what I'm going to do is pop this lid on and put that to the back of the hob, and then literally bring my tower out, and we're going to cook some roti which I cooked earlier and it's been in the freezer. So I'm going to cook those on the tower with ghee. So we'll come back to that in a minute. This is roti that I have done previously, which freezes really well. So what I'm going to do now is get a bit of ghee onto my tower, and I'm going to literally put it on the tower and cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes. So here we are, my tower, nice and warm. So I'm going to put a little bit of ghee on there, not too much, just to literally oil the plate really of the pan. Alright, I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit, and once that is nice and hot, just swirl it round so it coats the whole tower, and we get our roti. And you can cook these roti ahead, and I will show you at some point how to make them, but we're cooking this from frozen because it's dead easy to do from frozen. Onto the tower goes the roti. We shall get the spatula to literally turn it over. So, spatula, there we are. Got a spatula. Like I said, this takes about 3 to 4 minutes. Turn it over. And there we are. Roti cooking away nicely. Just turn that heat down on the tower and just leave that for 3 to 4 minutes on the tower, and you will get the most beautiful, beautiful bread you'll ever eat. And what I will do is plate it up, and you will see the finished product next. Now our roti is nicely done, as you can see. What I'm going to do now is get a bowl, which I've got here, put it onto a plate, to a large plate, and I'm going to take the roti off the tower. And I'm just going to put it to the side and put the plate on here. And what I'm going to do next is grab some of these beautiful mussels to go with the roti. Here we go. Mussels on the menu. Alright, here comes the dutchie. Turn the gas off. And I'm going to literally dish this up and show you what a delicious dish it is. Right, here we go. Dishing up time. Right. There we have it. With a roti. I'm just going to clean the edge of this plate, and all ready to go. And there is the finished product. A roti with spicy mussels. Absolutely beautiful. Now, if you like my recipes, if you like them, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss out. So do subscribe, because there'll be 1 or 2 recipes going on each week. And I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy the food.